Hey everyone, this is Brendo Fire and welcome to my Pokemon Shield review. Before we get into it, there are just a few things that I wish to address. The first is that I am not only doing a review, I am also covering the story of the game from top to bottom. The second is that I am only reviewing Shield, so please forgive me if I do not reference Pokemon Sword. And that's it, let's get right into it. Pokemon Shield starts out with its own YouTube video that is showing a stadium filled to the brim with spectators cheering loudly. Fireworks are going off and everyone is going wild for what is to come. As per usual Pokemon fashion, someone crucial to the plot of the story comes onto the field and introduces you to the wonderful world of Pokemon. He also introduces you to your brand new region, the Galar region, which is based off of the United Kingdoms, which is a new road in Pokemon because the other regions were mostly based on Japan and or America. Something that makes this game similar to the others is how a new Pokemon is introduced during the speech. The new Pokemon introduced here was Cufant, which is a Steel-type elephant Pokemon. This intro is much different than the other Pokemon intros because instead of the region professor talking to you about the world of Pokemon in the middle of a spotlight, it is instead being told to an entire crowd, so the speech appears to be canon. Another crucial difference between the speeches of the past and this speech is that it is not being told by the region's Pokemon professor. It is instead being told by a man named Rose, who is the chairman of the Galar Pokemon League and the president of a company called Marco Cosmos. And finally, you are introduced to this region's champion. His name is Leon and is definitely a really strong trainer. His main Pokemon partner is a special Charizard. In this exhibition match, he is going to be facing his rival Rayhan, who is using another new Pokemon in this game known as Duraludon, a Steel-type dragon Pokemon. Right here we have a peek at the new Mega Evolution in this game, known as Dynamax. But unfortunately, I will not be covering it in this video. With the intro, that finally leads to the game can officially begin. If this is a Pokemon game, then surely it has to start inside of your childhood home. Inside, you can actually find yourself watching that same video on your phone, which I am sure is what some of you are doing to watch this video. Here is your first introduction to your new friend and rival in this game, an energetic young trainer named Hop, who is coming in to pick you up to go see Leon. Hop is actually the champion Leon's younger brother, and Hop wishes to do the very same thing he did and become champion. He wishes to surpass his brother in every way. Hop mentions that Leon is going to be bringing gifts for them, so you have to get ready fast. And with those words officially out of the way, you can finally begin your real Pokemon journey. When you arrive at Hop's house, you and Hop realize that Leon hasn't even arrived yet. It is at this point that you can pull some character traits from both Hop and Leon. You can learn that Leon is not the guy to ask for directions, and that Hop does not have the greatest patience in the world. True to Hop's mother's word, you can find Leon at the town called Wedgehurst. It appears that he has just arrived and a crowd was waiting for him there. He does his famous Charizard pose, which I called Pokédab, don't judge, and promises that he will bring Galar the greatest battles ever seen. His fans are all having a champion time, and promise him that they are doing everything they can to get on his level. After listening to his fans' words, Leon acknowledges two things. One was that it was true that his Charizard was crazy strong, and the other was that other Pokemon can become just as strong. He says that he wishes for strong trainers to take on the gym challenge so they can climb to the top and face him in the Pokemon League. Hop makes his presence known through the crowd, and Leon is able to reunite with his younger brother. Another character trait that you can pull from Leon during this conversation is that Leon is very observant, which helps him a lot in gym battles. Here you can finally have your introduction with Leon, who people have come to call him as the unbeatable champion, due to the fact that he has never lost a battle in his entire life. After a few words about how a rival would push Hop, he says goodbye to his fans, and you and Hop can finally take him home so he can give the gift that he promised to give, which turns out to be the 3 starter Pokemon that you can choose from. There is the Grass-type Pokemon Grookey, a Fire-type Pokemon named Scorbunny, and the Water-type Pokemon named Sobble. For a little bit of background information about each, Grookey evolves into Thwackey, which evolves into Rillaboom, which appears to be the bulkiest of the 3 final evolved forms. Scorbunny evolves into Raboot, which evolves into Cinderace, who without question has the strongest signature move out of the 3. Sobble evolves into Drizzle, which evolves into Inteleon, which was heavily based off of James Bond if you look at it carefully. After the 3 young starter Pokemon finish playing around in Hop's yard, the time finally comes where you are able to pick your first ever Pokemon. In this playthrough, I chose Scorbunny for a couple reasons. 1, because, well, you know, Brendo Fire. And 2, because he was generally the strongest of the 3. Welcome to the team, buddy. In this game, Hop will always choose the Pokemon that has a type disadvantage. In this playthrough, I chose Scorbunny. He chooses Grookey. He talks about his dream to surpass his brother and was able to bond with him fast. Hop also already has a Pokemon of his own, Wooloo, which is also a new Pokemon in the game, the normal type Sheep Pokemon. Leon is happy with you and Hop because that is what he wished would happen. Since Sobble is the only one left, Leon decides to take it as his own Pokemon. He promises that it will grow big and strong, and that it will work well with his team. After a day, everyone seems to be bonding nicely. Hop's Grookey and Wooloo seem to have bonded with him well, and Scorbunny becomes fast friends with you. Leon becomes happy with the bonds growing and gives them the task of growing stronger. He says that if they keep training and growing stronger, they are sure to catch up to him, the unbeatable champion. Hop says that since he seems to glance at you, that means that you are his first rival. And finally, the time comes for the first Pokemon battle of the game. Hop starts out the battle by using his Wooloo, and since he is your only choice, Scorbunny is your partner for this ride. Hop thinks that he has the advantage at first because he has 2 partners instead of 1. But it becomes clear that you can do much better when you are able to clear away his first Pokemon, Wooloo. When Hop brings out his Grookey, the battle becomes much easier because not only did your Pokemon level up from 5 to 6, he also gains a move that has a type advantage against the opposing Pokemon. For Grookey, it's Branch Poke. For Scorbunny, it's Ember. For Sobble, it's Water Gun. In the end, you win the match. You get one more level up, and then Hop has to rub his head and question exactly why did he lose. After the battle, Hop realizes why Leon gave you a Pokemon, to show him that he has much to learn. Leon says that he is very happy with how you and Hop battled, and after Leon heals Scorbunny, he asks that you be a very good rival for Hop to ensure that you both get stronger. When Hop asks about the gym challenge, Leon says that you two are still a long ways away from doing the gym challenge, as that was for the best of the best. Leon's advice is to get a Pokedex before you go after the gym challenge, because that way you'd be able to learn about Pokemon and gain a much better respect for them. Hop, filled with determination, says that they should head for the Pokemon Research Lab, and Leon says it's a good choice. Before you go, you head home and tell your mother you have to go, but as you get back, you see that a Wooloo has broken through the fence and wound up in the Slumbering Well, which is a place that is foggy and full of Pokemon. After wondering about what to do about the Wooloo, you choose to follow it into the Slumbering Well, because you have to do something about that poor lost sheep. Once you are in the Slumbering Well, you get your first experience in a wild Pokemon battle. The Pokemon you find first is called Skwovet, which is a normal type squirrel Pokemon that kinda looks like a knockoff from a Chungus. It is easy enough to knock out, or take as a Pokemon. It's your decision to choose. Once you and Hop venture far enough into the Slumbering Well, you enter a place where the fog is so thick that you can barely see. Out of nowhere, a giant Pokemon appears, and you immediately try to battle it. But any move you try to launch at it will go straight through as though it were an illusion. At first, the Pokemon doesn't even react to the moves. Hop makes an exclamation that the move did absolutely nothing, but the Pokemon does. It doesn't even really matter if you use a move to take Pokemon. Nothing can hurt this Pokemon. After a couple times, the Pokemon does react, but it doesn't attack. It just creates more fog. It slowly becomes more and more obscure until the screen is pretty much completely white. It appears that the fog was just too much because both you, Hop, and your Pokemon pass out right afterwards. When you wake up, it appears that Leon has just found you. Hop asks how he was able to pull off that miracle due to Leon's poor sense of direction, but Leon counters him by saying he was worried sick considering they never showed up when they were supposed to. When Hop asks what had happened to the Wooloo that they were looking for, Leon reveals that he was able to find Wooloo as well. With that out of the way, and discussing the mad Pokemon they just saw, they leave to go find the Pokemon Research Lab. When you and Leon enter the building, you are immediately greeted by a new Pokemon called Yamper, an electric-type Kick-Me-Dog Pokemon. A few seconds later, you are introduced to Yamper's trainer, a young woman named Sonia, who was Leon's rival during the time when he became champion. She is also the granddaughter of Yamper, and also her self-appointed assistant. It takes longer than expected to actually find the professor in this game, something very different from the other games, where you would normally just meet the professor right away. After some light-hearted banter between Leon and Sonia, Leon decides to take Yamper for a walk while Sonia sorts you right. So Leon takes off and you can talk to Sonia about getting the Pokedex. She notices you have a Rotom phone with you, which is basically a small step up from the Rotom Pokedex in Pokemon Sun and Moon. She is simply able to download the Pokedex onto the Rotom phone, so everything is able to go by much faster than it has to. After the Pokedex has been properly downloaded onto the Rotom phone, Sonia asks one more favor of you, that you could tell her grandmother, the professor, that you have received the Pokedex without any issues. She lets you know that you have to go to the end of Route 2. With that, you head on out to your next destination. Hop's explanation here is simple enough, but I have to say that the gym challenge here is much different than the other games. In the other Pokemon games, the gym challenge seemed like just a game. While it did involve a journey, it was just some sort of private match unless there were 1 to 5 bystanders watching. In this game, it is treated like an actual sport, which makes it much better than the other versions of the gym challenge. From here on in, the game just starts to feel like Pokemon again, running around in the grass trying to find Pokemon best suited for you, and randomly encountering someone who you battle when your eyes meet. But that is going to have to do for now. Please keep your eyes peeled for when Part 2 comes out. I cannot wait to keep on going with this. And that's all. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all later, everyone. Goodbye!